I'm just gonna say exactly what I said before, so don't laugh at me like and think I'm an actress and I'm putting on a thing. Okay.
Go ahead.
Where to begin? Ellie's very complex and very interesting, obviously. She's so different throughout the course of the movie that it's hard to like sum her up in a couple of sentences, but I'm also confused as to whether I should refer to her in the third person or in the first person. But anyway, she's... See, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, she loves her father very much, and she focuses her attention on him and you know, favors him over her mother, Karen. And she's very powerful and in control. You know, she knows how to get what she wants and uses that. And she kind of goes through her life with blinders on and has her own little world in Casa del Norte. But yeah, I mean, the Ellie in the beginning of the movie, the Ellie in the middle of the movie, or the Ellie at the end of the movie?
Totally different.
Totally different. I mean, at the beginning of the movie, she's kind of, she's very rebellious. I mean, the way she dresses and the way she acts, and, you know, she fights with her mother. And it's a little weirder than usual, but then, you know, towards the, you know, in the middle of the movie, she's emulating her mother, and pretty much unconsciously, but sometimes consciously. And, you know, so it's kind of conflicted, but yeah, at the beginning of the movie, she's very spunky and you know, playful and cool. She doesn't have any friends really. She goes to school and gets picked on, and that's, I think, where she becomes very sympathetic, you know. But she's, you know, I think if I had to sum her up in a couple of words, she's knows how to get what she wants, and she will get it. To get Karen out of the picture so that she can get her father's love. Also, she doesn't get along with her mother. And her mother, okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but her mother threatens to take the kids away because they're going to get a divorce. And that scares Ellie so much because she wants to be with her father. She favors her father much more over her mother. There's sibling rivalry going on, but she defends Inger. I mean, okay, again, at the beginning of the movie, or in the beginning of the movie, she defends Inger because it's, you know, it's her sister, and Ellie really doesn't focus on Inger that much, but they're sisters and they fight, but sometimes, you know, they don't, not anything unusual, and then it starts to turn. There were so many things that attracted me to the script. The pros outweighed the cons. But first of all, when I read it, normally when I read scripts, like, I read them and I like stop maybe halfway through and I can't finish them. And this one I was just like racing through the pages, like, oh my God, what happens, you know? And the main thing when I first read it that attracted me to the movie was Ellie. I mean, she's just such a great character, and artistically it would be so challenging to play her. It is so challenging to play her. And then I saw Michael's work, Michael Steinberg, and I thought, you know, it'd be great to work with him. And this was before I had met him. And as far as like the controversial subject matter, I was a little hesitant, but I'd written a letter to Frank and Michael about, you know, my thoughts on the script, and I mentioned that, you know, I was a little uneasy about it, and that it might be perceived badly, poorly. But then after talking to them, I mean, they had such good ideas for the whole thing. It was like, I really wanted the job. One thing that was so refreshing to me, and one reason that I really, really liked the way they dealt with the controversial subject matter was that absolutely nothing was shown, and it was all implied. And that's so, it's so refreshing to see, because I read so many really sleazy, gross scripts involving people, as young as me, and it's all implied, so it's almost like even freakier. Accidental, but like, with certain scenes, whether the point is, at this point, is this going along with the murder mystery aspect, or is this going along with the comedy aspect, and you can tell, when it's supposed to be funny and when it's not. And yeah, when I read the script, actually, there were parts that I laughed at, and I was kind of like, oh, am I supposed to laugh at that? And after talking to Frank and Michael, and I saw that they had they wanted it to be kind of funny at times, that made it appeal to me even more. And it's so like, it's the kind of comedy where you laugh at something and you're like, oh, maybe I'm kind of sick that I'm laughing at that, Everyone was just really great. I mean, I'm enjoying this so much. I feel guilty, actually. I mean, and then I think about when it's going to be over, and that makes me kind of sad. But yeah, Billy is really, really nice, and I thought maybe I'd feel weird doing some of the scenes with him and before I met him, but he's just made it so easy for me that I think he might be more nervous sometimes than I am. Patrick is great. When he came in for he came to the set to meet Michael and Frank, and Vanessa and I kind of were checking him out a little. But yeah, no, he's really great too. He's really funny. I mean, he cracks me up. That girl is like a 9-year-old. No, she's like a 35-year-old in a 9-year-old body. I mean, I forget that she is 9 years old. It's amazing, but she's really sweet, and she's got some head on her shoulders. She's perfect for Karen, and a fantastic actress. I think she's really good, and very nice to work with. Hilarious, and a good singer. And hilarious. Fantastic. He's a genius. Saying he's a genius is an understatement. He's so nice and so brilliant, and really looks out for my interests, and is always asking me for input, and I really, really appreciate that, and I think I would love to work with him again. I think he's fantastic. I think I had always wanted to be an actress. When I was like 5 years old, my parents would let me stay up and watch the Honeymooners on Channel 11, and I would stand in front of the TV and like mimic whatever Alice Cramden did, and I thought she was so cool, like the character, and she always stood up to Ralph, and I would just like imitate all of her lines. And I thought that was, one time I was watching an episode and the stage actually like came apart in the corner, and you saw people trying to put it back together. Mm-hmm. And I thought, wow, that's fake. That's so cool. And I wanted to do that. So I did a lot of theater with a theater company called Ridge Theater that's very like avant-garde and really unique and cool. They did stuff at La Mama in the kitchen, but I'm supposed to be plugging this movie, not them. But yeah, it was a great experience, a great learning experience. I could get used to it, but it's so different. Like it's very sort of segregated. I mean, it's like, everything is separated by a freeway, and New York has so much culture, and I'm sure LA does. I haven't had any time to like go look around, and everyone drives everywhere, and that's just really weird. Like, I don't know, but I mean, I'm a New Yorker, so I love the city, but I don't want to diss your city or anything.